Friday, April 22nd, 12 noon, this is the news. Today, the city officially mourns the death of still another police officer. The third man killed in the line of duty in the last 11 months. Channel 51 is on the scene.
For the third time in 6 months, officers have gathered together to pay tribute to a fellow officer cut down in the line of duty. Officers from all over the state, all over the country, are here. I'm sure many of them wondering, am I next?
An officer killed by gunfire in the line of duty. Every year in the United States, this scene is repeated over and over again.
Commissioner, this is a sad day for the city. Could you comment?
We share the grief of this family. We have lost a brave officer.
Commissioner, you're on record as favoring stiffer penalties for lawbreakers. Do you think that can help prevent tragedy such as this?
I believe that will help.
But one thing we've got to remember, our mission is to strike the heart of crime. Because of that, tragedies such as this are unavoidable.
Unavoidable my ass.
What do you mean?
You want to know why he got killed? Because, damn it, he didn't follow the book.
Hey, come on. You're always the one that's talking about throwing away the book.
Some parts of it, but not the parts that keep you from getting killed.
Shift commander has requested your unit respond to accident scene, take command of rescue and clearing problem. QSL 860, wreckers, crane, and other emergency vehicles are en route. All units responding code 3. All units, South District 1240 has intercepted wanted 68 Chevy at Southwest 112th Street and 3rd Avenue. 1330 and 1431 proceed to 112th Street and 3rd, backup code 2.
224. 224. 224. 251.
251.
224 is not responding. Last call at 5th and Orange. Alley behind Sherman Drugstore. Check that location.
251 confirmed.
In the past 10 years, more than 800 police officers have died at the hands of lawbreakers.
251 in all units. Vicinity 5th and Orange. Alley behind Sherman's Drugstore. Officer down. Shots fired. 251, code 3.
251 confirmed.
The death rate is rising, and statistics offer a grim warning. There is no safe time. The cold fact is this. Over the past decade, in some years, most officers have died on Saturday nights or on Sunday mornings. But in other years, most deaths have been Tuesday or Wednesday or Monday or Friday, and at all hours of the day. Are rural areas safer? No. Deaths are almost evenly balanced: ghetto, suburbs, countryside. What about the safety factor of 1- and 2-man cars? No significant statistical difference. Who kills policemen? Is there a stereotype? Can you pick out the cop killer? Again, the answer is no. Who kills policemen? Officers have died at the hands of whites and blacks, old men, young boys, housewives and hookers, drunk drivers, bank robbers, shoplifters, car thieves, bad check artists, moonshiners, bar fighters, burglars, vandals, and hitchhikers. Policemen have even been killed by persons trying to commit suicide. There is no typical killer. There is no predictable time or place that an officer will die. As a policeman, your world can explode at any time. The situations in which police officers are killed are well documented. Burglaries and robbery in progress calls result in the greatest number of police deaths every year. Arrest situations for all other offenses usually lead to the second highest death toll. Then, disturbance calls, traffic stops and pursuits, the investigation of suspicious circumstances, assaults by snipers, by the mentally deranged, by suspects being transported. When a policeman dies, these facts, how, what, where, when, are recorded, documented, discussed. One point seldom discussed is why. Why did he die? It's not easy to criticize an officer killed in the line of duty. So officers die needlessly, and because there is no criticism, more officers die. Why? A needless death usually traces to one or more of 10 basic reasons. Number one, lack of knowledge, apathy, or complacency. If you don't know the rules, or if you just don't give a damn, sooner or later, you're going to foul out.
What are you doing here?
I had to pick up some things for the boss.
Mistake number two, taking a bad position, making yourself vulnerable.
Who's your boss?
Mistake number three, ignoring danger signs.
Partner, you're under arrest for burglary.
Oh, come on.
Put your hands on the car.
Come on.
Number four, a poor search or no search at all. And number five, failure to handcuff or improper handcuffing.
Stand right there in the front.
Number six, failure to the hands of the prisoner or suspect. Number seven, relaxing too soon. Mistake number eight, false assumptions, taking for granted facts you really don't know. Mistake number nine, taking unnecessary risks, not getting the assistance you may need. Tombstone courage. Number 10, being sleepy or asleep on the job. When a police officer is killed, almost always at least one and usually several of those fatal mistakes are present. The incidents you are about to see all come from actual police experience. They are not isolated. They have happened before. And they will probably happen again. And only a few ever ask, why? In police work, in the beginning, there was no book. Over the years, the book was compiled. In it are the experiences, the lessons, the collective wisdom of a lot of cops. The book isn't always right, but it's not always wrong, except to a few officers, like Sam Reed. Every department has at least one tough, cynical Sam Reed.
Thanks for knocking. Sam, you're late again. Guilty, Your Honor.
The fact is, Sam isn't much of a cop, but he doesn't know it. Unfortunately, for some of the young officers he breaks in, they don't know it either.
We're riding with a new guy tonight, just came out of the Army, just graduated from the police academy, and I want you to keep an eye on him.
Hey, all these guys are Harry straight arrows out of the academy. Just leave him to me. I'll take care of him.
The book, according to Sam, reads, do it the easy way. It all counts for 20.
Damn him.
What's the problem, officer?
It's your brake lights. Let me see your driver's license.
Hey, I was just on my way to have them fixed.
Let me see your driver's license.
Sure, officer.
It's upstate. I'll write an FI. You check him out.
46 River, didn't you?
Mr. Kessler, this is going to take a few minutes. Why don't you hop in the back, sit down, and relax?
Sure, officer.
756.
756.
Watch your head.
Check wants and warrants on Kessler, Jonathan Arlington, male Caucasian, date of birth 6/1/31, 5'10",
155 pounds. License number 1 Golf Kilo 34129.
Officers Ted Blackman and Don Carlson, both young, both broken in with the Sam Reed philosophy. Don't sweat it. Forget the book. Do it the easy way. It all counts on 20. Blackman and Carlson. Between them, 5 years on the force. They know how to make a stop. They know how to make an approach. They know how to make a protective frisk. But sometimes, when it's cold, or rainy, or late, it's just too much trouble.
756. Advisor is warrant outstanding for Kiesler, Jonathan R. 6131.
There's 1638 QRU now. Does he need a GIU supervisor? 1638.
The suspect is dead. Officer Carlson is dead. Officer Blackman will survive. At the inquiry, which will follow, will Officer Blackman tell the story of these events somewhat differently than as they really happened?
We gather here today to mourn the loss of one of our dearly beloved, a young man taken from us in the prime of his life, taken from us through no fault of his own, a young man willing to lay down his life for his community. And greater love hath no man than he lay down his life that his brother might.
827. Silent alarm. Second National Bank, 117 in Biscayne.
Damn that Second National Bank. I wish they'd fix that lousy alarm. Gotta go back 827 again.
All right, I'll see you later.
Okay.
Bank robbery? No, it's a false alarm. The bastards ring it all the time. Well, I'll see you later.
Every day, a policeman makes assumptions. Sometimes when he's right, he's just lucky. When he's wrong, he's dead. Twin fatal errors, false assumptions, and relaxing too soon.
Mr. Jackson, your wife has signed a complaint. You're under arrest. You're going to have to come down with us.
Case history. An officer responds to a family disturbance and makes an arrest. He tells the subject to get his jacket on. He's going to jail. The officer assumes no danger exists.
If you don't sign the citation, you're going to have to post a bond with me. Sir, if you don't post a bond with me, you're going to have to come to the sheriff's office.
Look, I'm upset.
Case history. A motorist under arrest for drunkenness asks if he can get his cigarettes from the glove compartment. The officer assumes this is a reasonable request. He relaxes too soon.
Be arriving in about 3. Okay, come on out.
How you doing, buddy? 4 others went downtown with my partner.
Case history. An officer shot after receiving a prisoner for transport. The prisoner was improperly handcuffed. The officer assumed he had already been thoroughly searched. The officer relaxed.
On this, and he's all yours. No, leave him on there. I'll pick him up later.
All right.
Okay, partner, he's all yours.
Okay, buddy.
This, too, is from Case Histories. The first officer at the bank, Sergeant Bruce Miller, 20 years on the force, and convinced that all alarms are false.
Yeah, hell, this thing goes off all the time.
Go fishing this weekend?
Next to arrive, the backup car, Officer George Boucher. Waiting for car 827, they engage in conversation outside the bank. The subject, fishing.
What the story is on mine.
How about that? Sergeant Miller's handling a call for us.
Yeah, that alarm's always going off over there.
Car 827. 2 more good, experienced policemen, normally cautious.
What's that, alarm again? Yeah, that damn alarm goes off all the time. George asked me to go out fishing this weekend. You think you can get away? Yeah. Saturday or Sunday? Saturday.
4 officers, all relaxing too soon, each making his own false assumption. Two officers dead, one crippled for life, one slightly wounded. The press called Sergeant Bruce Miller a hero. After recovering from his minor wound, he was transferred to a desk job. The transfer pleased him so much, he canceled plans for early retirement. When a policeman dies in the line of duty, we say he was brave. Because he is dead, because of the family, because it's too late, because we're sentimental. We seldom look too closely at the circumstances. We don't say he was ill-advised, he was reckless, he was foolhardy. We never call it what it may have been. Tombstone courage. When a man dies senselessly, there are usually explanations. Sometimes he thought too slow, he moved too quick. Almost always, he misjudged the odds. But all too often, it's much simpler. He felt he had to prove himself. Case history. A 27-year-old sergeant, youngest sergeant on the force, assigned to a new district, anxious to make his mark.
Where is he? Hell, he's all over the place. He's got a shotgun. Anybody with him? They say he's got 2 kids, but I haven't seen them. Okay, where's your partner? He's covering the rear. Where the hell are you going? I'm going in. For Christ's sake, get out and wait for SWAT.
Who the hell is that?
It's Cochran.
God damn it.
Rookies ask, what about the people inside? Shouldn't you help them? The reply is, you are helping nobody if you set up a reckless gunfire situation. This scene has been repeated many times.
What do we have on this guy?
The neighbors say his name's Martinoff.
Lieutenant, SWAT is in position.
Martinoff! Martinoff!
An officer is killed. A few minutes later, backup help arrives, and the suspect surrenders.
Out with your hands up.
This is your last chance. Come out with your hands up. Easy. Keep the gun up. Keep it up. Right there. Put the gun down. Easy. Right there. Up forward. One more. Gently, right there. Hold it there.
Another senseless death, and they call it bravery. Death is ever present in the police officer's world. Sadness, emotion, the officer rarely permits himself.
I'm terribly sorry. If there's anything I can do, please get in touch with me.
When a policeman dies, there are few stoics. No one here is sadder than Sam Reed. At this moment, he knows he's finished as a cop.
487, South 8th and Lincoln. 2 subjects reported fighting with knives. Code 3, 1950.
Confirmed.
What the hell's going on, you dumb son of a bitch? Sam, you told me not to wake you up. All right. You got part of the message. Don't wake me up for crap. But damn it, do wake me up for that thing, huh? What's the call? Knife fight, 8th and Lincoln. How do you want to handle it? First off, slow down, damn it. That way it'll probably be over when we get there. Then you handle it. It's good experience. Good way to break in. You can handle it.
(487) 616 Adams. See the woman. Noisy party. 2035.
Huh? You can handle it, kid. Go ahead. You take it.
487 268 Lexington. Parent-juvenile argument. 2115.
You go ahead and handle it. You can handle it, sir.
Dispatch, arrival, 09, transformation, Bardine security statement.
Oh, Jesus! How bad is it? .487 emergency. Shots fired. My partner's been hit bad. Send ambulance. Code 3. Officer down.
All units and all frequencies stand by. Officer down. Shots fired. Officers need help. Car 487. What is your location? 487. 487. What is your location? 487. What is your location? 487. 487, respond. What is your location?
Oh, God!
487. 487, what is your location?
No one enjoys second-guessing the death of a police officer, but many deaths are avoidable. To not admit that is a terrible mistake. Of those needless deaths, almost all can be traced to one of the 10 fatal errors. Lack of knowledge, apathy, or complacency. Not knowing what to do, or not caring, is the umbrella under which all other errors gather. Taking a bad position, failing to recognize danger signs, poor search or no search at all, failure to handcuff or improper handcuffing, failure to watch the hands of a suspect, relaxing too soon when you believe the danger to be over, false assumptions, falsely assuming a situation contains no danger, tombstone courage, taking unnecessary risks, trying to prove something, being sleepy or asleep on the job. It's a lot to think about. But if you don't think about it now, it may not matter later.